Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? It's Rusty from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dares say. Right, we're just waiting for James to log on. We've been loving men want to be him. Here's James in his remap wheelchair. How you doing, James?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm good.
What you on with?
Uh, I, I don't nearly had to run home then.
What
Yeah,
are you?
I nearly had to run home, didn't I?
How
I
are
was
you
a bit
gonna do?
late.
How are you gonna do that on your cock?
Yeah, miracles, mate, miracles. Well, yeah, ask the bird from Barnsley. I'm not
Hey?
seeing her now. Ask the bird from Barnsley, mate. She'll tell you. I'm not seeing her now.
Why have you kicked her into touch, James?
Yeah, yeah, clingy, mate. Very clingy.
Fucking hell, do yourself a favour, mate.
2 dates, mate, and she was telling me she loved me, so I fucked it off. It's too
Oh,
much.
God, like you're spoilt for choice, aren't you, son?
I know. Yeah,
Oh, James, you crack me up, mate. You crack me up.
good.
Uh, what else you been up to? Can I sing you for a bit, James?
Well, I've just been observing things. I'm friends with all the lads on the commission now. We've got our group chat going, haven't we? So that's quite nice.
Yeah, that's
Um,
good, isn't it?
yeah, I've just been getting annoyed at boxing, really, and annoyed at Conor Ben and all that. But you're going to go into that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm good at putting people together, so that's what I do.
Very much so.
Okay, before we start, I broke a story months and months and months ago and got abused for it. Kelbrook and Ebony Bridges. I said what I said. It's on the channel. And everybody said, ah, you're full of it, you're full of it, you make stuff up. There you go, I just had a baby tour. Pop, pop, bang on that one, all you trolls. So, here's what it
Mm.
is. Good luck to him. Uh, be very careful what you do, Kel, with your finances. That's all I'm going to say to you. Right, Conor Ben and Eubank.
Mm.
Way to go there. What do you make of it all, James?
What do I make of it? I
What do you
just
make of it
think
all?
it's a fucking circus, isn't it? And
So
excuse
what?
my French. It's a circus. It's a circus. Excuse my French. And all this. Oh yeah, we're gonna make him drain down. And I heard today the Gad was saying today that it's 500 grand for every pound he comes over a certain weight, isn't it? It's like have a day off. You Conor Ben come up. Conor Ben's coming up to middleweight. Do you know what I mean? You chose to have that fight. You chose to make loads of money off the back of your dad's names. So why are you draining him down? I'm disappointed in Eubank Jr. as well for playing into his hands. He's a drug cheat, two-time drug cheat. Why are you making allowances for him? He's a little scumbag. So
Right,
that's what I make of it. It's a joke.
right. Why are we letting promoters put clauses in about weight rehydrations and all that when Michael Watson fought for a 12 stone belt, but they made him come in £4 under 12 stone, and look what happened to him against Eubank for that vacant super middleweight WBO. Do you remember?
Yep.
Right,
And then
so
you've got
hang on a minute, let me finish. So we've got Barry Hearn who put that fight on. We've got a man who's cabbage for life. We agree on that, don't we? Yeah.
yep, certainly.
But yet they're doing it again. Now they did it with Kell Brook Golovkin. Look what happened there, messing about with weights. I always say this: we have weight divisions for a reason, because fighters are not superheroes. If they were superheroes, Barry McGuigan would have been fighting Frank Bruno, wouldn't it? Or Nazim Ahmed would be fighting Lennox Lewis, or Carl Frampton and be fighting Tyson Fury. But they're not superheroes. That's why we have weight divisions, right?
Hmm.
So why mess with weight divisions? Eubank's a fool because he's allowed it to happen. They would still do this fight without any rehydration clauses. All he needed to do was stick to his guns and say, no, I'm going to rehydrate to what I want. Now, there's no world title on the line, so why are we messing with all these weights and clauses and big fines and all this? It's crazy. When you look at it and you strip it down, they keep going, yeah, well, Connor's a welterweight. And Chris is a super middle. Chris hasn't fought at super middle for years. He's been fighting at middle. Do we agree on that?
Yeah, we agree on that.
Crusher has been fighting at light middle for 3 years. So he's now a fully fledged light middle. So technically, he's just moving up one weight to 160. So why have we got all this? Connor's so brave. And what about Tommy Hearns and people like that when they used to go from welterweight to middle? Nobody made a big issue of it. Tommy Hearns jumped in there with Marvin Hagler. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah, he
Nobody
did.
were
He
going on
did.
about weight and all this nonsense then and rehydration. They just got the coats off and got fucking at it. Right? So why all this? Crusher's so brave. It's not like Eubanks Golovkin, is it? Or Carlos Monzon, is he?
Well, I mean, he is in comparison to Conor Ben. Conor Ben's
Look,
not even Southern area level, is he? Do
Conor
you know what I
Ben
mean?
will get flogged, right? You know, Bombay Dave. Bombay Dave
Yeah.
called it in his interview, right, with on Talksport. He said to the guard, he went through a phase, Conor Ben, where he couldn't knock anybody out. Then he went through a phase where they were absolutely flattening people and putting them on button moon. And then in last 3 years, in them two fights, he's not really done anything, has he? He couldn't
No.
get him out. And we were talking about Dossers, who he's been in his last two fights. So is that because of testing? We don't know. But point I want to make is this: Conor Ben's not a big puncher. You're punching Algeria all over. You're an old man who'd been a commentator 18 months on it.
Yeah.
Had a game 18 months. All he did was in Medway, got in ring, and got knocked out. That's it. Conor Ben's not an ice man. You know, he's an impatient little so and so. And I hope that you
Hmm.
punches him all over the place.
So do I.
I'm not like all these other people, these license holders saying, oh, like Bombay Day, oh, I'm going to sit on fence. I don't really know what's going to happen. We know what, oh, but we, look, there didn't one license holder out there rooting for Conor Ben, right? So what they're doing, they're just playing the game. They're trying to hype it up like the gad. Oh, we don't know who's going to win. Well, I can see how he can win and weight rehydrations and it's Conor Ben and his dad would have punched. So what? Joe Fraser would have punched, but his son Marvis couldn't knock skin off her ice pudding.
No,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's like Brendan Ingle. They say we're a great trainer. Does that mean Flexer's going to be a great trainer? No,
No,
don't, does it? So get
no.
a grip with yourselves. Look at it in the cold, hard light of day. Look at him as Connor Smith, not Nigel Benn's son, going into this fight with Eubank with the CV he's got. You'd say, God, he's going to get filled in him here because of all the hype around it. People are losing their shit.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Am I right? I'm not just saying, telling
No,
you
you
to
are
be.
right. You are right, and
No, I'm right,
I'm not
mate.
just agreeing with you. You
I
know how
know I'm
much I
right. That's
despise
because
him.
I'm porky and I know I'm right.
Well, yeah, but you're right. You're talking sense. You know how I feel about him. He's a scumbag. He's going around thinking he's this gangster and that because he's appeared in the 20th Rise of the Foot Soldier song, film.
It
Sorry.
were a Danny Dyer film premiere other night, and Coogan Cassius were there doing all running about with his camera. And the film were called Marching Powder. Basically, Danny Dyer just playing himself. And Conor Bent were there, and all them little Klingons that hang around him. And he had
Mm,
making out he's an Essex bad boy. Conor Ben went to private school and they were fetched up in privilege in Spain and Australia. So now all of a sudden, why is he coming out with stuff like, yeah, sweet, bruv, sweet, geezer,
no, no,
and all this Essex hard man talk. You know what I mean?
it's
Jeez,
a bloody joke. Just
unbelievable, man.
try and live in my world. Do you know what I mean? Try and live in your world where we got to get up and we've really got to go through difficulty and all that. He couldn't do it. He cried his eyes out.
Couldn't live in my world where I've had to go through since I was 16. He wouldn't be able to do it. He wouldn't be able
No,
to do it. He wouldn't be able to get through it. No. Listen,
definitely not.
99% of that boxing lot couldn't gone through what I've been through since I was 16 years of age. So, but that were my choices, and I paid dearly. But getting back to Conor Ben, he's from privilege. He's not a tough guy out there. He would shit his pants in any situations if he had to. Listen, he needs to go on to that. a state in Handsworth before it all goes off. Let's see him bounce around there, giving it those eating seats, bruv, bruv, bruv. Let's see him go around there, giving it the big one.
Oh,
So,
exactly.
but it is what it is. How do you see that fight panning out if it happens at all?
Well, I mean, I'm saying that like it depends how sort of fair it actually is. It depends how drained that Eubank is because look at the fight with Liam Smith. Now I know there's vast differences in their skill set, Smith and Conor Ben. It's like up here and down there, isn't it? But the weight draining does make a difference to the chin. It made a difference to Eubank last time, and all being well, Eubank should finish it within five. But if there's skullduggery going on or whatever, and there is skullduggery with this weight making bollocks, then I don't know. He
Yeah,
could drag
12
it to
pounds
point.
enough. Listen, £12 enough. He can weigh 172 one morning, then he'll get some more grub down in that day. He could put £12 on. It's pretty easy enough that. I don't see. You know,
Yeah,
Frotch, right? Frotch was a super middle, and he won't put a full £10 on. He'd get it ring at 172. He only put
yeah.
£4 or £5 on. You know what I mean?
He's
A middleweight, 160, and he can't come in. He can't weigh more than 172 next day. So you know,
no,
I'm putting all that weight on anyway. Like Canelo putting £20 on it. You just, I don't know. I don't think that's good to put all that amount of fluids in your body over that
no.
period of time, 36 hours. No. I don't think it is. But if they want to do that, let them do that. But listen, if it were that dangerous, Eubank wouldn't have took it. He squeaked an extra £2 out of him, hasn't he?
Yeah,
There you go. But
he walks
obviously,
around. He
go
walks
on.
around pretty close to his fighting weight, doesn't he? So yeah, let's just
Yeah,
pretend that it's not going to affect him at all. Well, not pretend, but let's say, yeah, he smashes him in 5 rounds. I'm hoping he smashes him in 5 rounds.
listen,
And he's just the most unlikable person in boxing. I would not be asked. I'm not even going to say it because I just sound like a nasty bastard. But he's just a piece of shit. I would not be asked if something bad happens. It's like, well, teach you a lesson, you bastard. So yeah. Anyway, sorry
teacher
about that.
what?
Teach you a lesson, Conor Ben.
Yeah,
Teach him a lesson.
yeah, no
Playing
problem.
around.
No problemo. This is how I look at it, right? This is how I look at it. They're having it off, and the people that are encouraging it, the powers that be, are doing it for money. Eddie Hills from Billy Ricky in the blue corner. Look, they're wanting to have it off and get as much money piled up as they can because basically Matchroom yeah, they've got JOPT in Australia and they've got Sky Nicholson, Eddie's Bit of Fluff, and they've got a couple in America and that. But as regards the UK, what they got really? If they're doing out with Josh Warrington, he doesn't do tickets no more. Johnny Fisher's just been exposed by the lazy Rhino. So Elmer Fudd's
Hmm.
no good to them now, but they're putting him back in with Rhino. He'll get flogged unless
Yeah.
Rhino gets jobbed on cards again. Then you've got Joshua. Do me a favour, he's scared of his own shadow. He's now with another trainer, apparently, allegedly,
Yeah.
Jonathan Banks. And then we've got Crusher, who, if his name weren't Ben, people would be looking at him as like a Campbell Hatton type sad figure of fun, wouldn't they? They were
Of
saying, go
course I
do
would.
something else, son, wouldn't they? He's
Exactly.
just coming
Yeah, yeah,
off
of
back
course.
of two failed dope tests, and nobody wants to talk about it. But hopefully, the Cobra puts it on him when that video comes out tomorrow. So we're going to see, aren't we? We're
Well,
going
I
to see,
don't
but
see
is
it.
that Eddie? Is that Eddie's roster in UK?
Yeah, it is. I don't see Froch pointing on him, unfortunately, because he's already taken the Saudi coin, isn't he? But the roster in the UK, don't you find it interesting, Russ, that a few days ago Eddie was talking about retirement and his plans and all that, and then we get the announcement, Triple T and Dana White. It's all very interesting. He's cashing himself out, I think, personally, and you know could talk about my prediction that I made a couple of months ago, can't we?
Listen, mate. What about the Turkey and Dana White?
Yeah, about having a UFC sort of model. I think that was coming, and I
Yeah, but
think
you
that
never
is Eddie's
mentioned
thing.
Dana White, though, did you,
I
James?
didn't. I didn't mention Dana White, but I mentioned the UFC model, and I do think it's coming.
Well, you did say that Turkey might do a Dana White, but you didn't mention Dana would be working with him. So yeah, you did. And if that's the case, good because what you've had Bricktop since 1980 and Barry Hearn, who got involved with his first show with Mickey Duff in 86 round about Christmas time, and then he did the Bugner one in 87, didn't he?
87.
He had a
Yeah,
little look with Mickey Duff and see if he liked it and all that. And then he got involved in 87 with Joe Bugner, Frank Bruno, pantomime stuff, bringing Bugner back. But this is
yeah,
how I look at it, right? So these families have basically been involved in boxing now for 45 years and 39 year, and they've been having it off, right? It's been swings and roundabouts. They had a good run with Eubank, senior, and they've had a good
yeah,
run with Joshua, but most of the other time it's been Bricktop has been the top dog. Bricktop's the top dog now in the UK. They're on the slide. So look for them to cash all their assets now and then go back to darts, snooker, and ping pong and whatever else they do, fishing, right?
yeah.
Until the landscape changes, right? That's what you're going to see now. So expect anybody who's signing with anybody to sign with Bricktop or them or we match them to cross the street to Queensbury. That's what you're going to get now. It's been going on for years, hasn't this to and throwing, right?
Hmm.
But they're going to look at Joshua and ours, right? We need to take him to meat market as many times as we can. We're going to saw a leg off one day and arm the other until there's no left of him. That's what's going to happen. And you,
Yep.
as regards Crusher Ben, they're going to try and create some controversy to try and get a couple of fights because it's a two-fight deal they've got. But why? How can they make a two-fight deal? Who'd want to see it again?
Exactly. We've not even
So,
seen the first one, and the
well, I
first
haven't
one's a
seen the
joke.
first one, but they'll write a script. Even if it's a first-round knockout, they'll say, "Oh no, he want a knockout," or they'll cause a load of shit. They'll slip their own personal referee in. Look, watch it unfold. It's a corrupt
Yeah.
sport, rotten to the core. Watch it unfold. Loads of license holders want Conor Ben to get filled in, but like I said before, and I'll say it again, they're not going to come out on the socials and say it. You're just going to see them do it. So you're just going to see them, sorry, come out and do interviews and say, oh, they wish the best man wins, and oh, I'm sitting on fence, it's tight, this could happen, that could happen. Like Bombay Dave. Listen, Bombay Dave, right? You want Crusher to get knocked out. You know what you've been saying to people in South Yorkshire. So stop it with this. Oh, you're going to make a decision closer to the fight. Stop it. You did it with Froch Groves too. Trying to stay on side with Groves' team and Froch's team because you're a shithouse. That's what shithouses do in boxing. Stop it. Just come out and say, you want Crusher to get filled in because he's a drug cheat like me. I know former world champions who want the same as me. They want Crusher to get filled in, but they're not going to say it on the social medias. Do you see where I'm coming from? Because people still want to stay in the mix because they need their egos tickling and their arseholes licking. You see
Hmm.
where I'm coming from? That's what you've
Yep.
got. The two-facedness and the hypocrisy is absolutely shocking, mate.
Yep. That's
Absolutely
awful.
shocking. Right, what else do you want to talk about? I think I sent you one, didn't I? Right. Jonas
Yeah.
Price tonight. Who you got?
Uh, well, I'm hoping Jonas can do the job. I think she's the stronger of the two. Um, she can push forward and just smother Price, to be honest, and just those sort of boxing skills. She's a bit more flashy, and she Price. I hope that Jonas can just bloody you know, extinguish her. To be honest, she's cocky. She's another one I don't like. We've discussed it before. I just don't like. I don't like the cut of her jib. I'm telling you, she's not a very nice. She just doesn't come across very nice. Not very likable.
Who
Obviously,
done?
we've talked about Lauren Price. She's horrible. Um, every single time you turn the telly on, oh, she's in a lesbian relationship. What relevance is that? Do you know what I mean? I'm not interested in the Lauren Price story. And Joe Gallagher come out the other day and he said that he felt a bit disrespected by the team because Natasha Jonas hasn't been on the posters as much. She's not been getting as much recognition, and she should be. You know what I mean? She's had a good run, hasn't she, Jonas? So I'm hoping that she can stick it to him, really, stick it to Lauren Price, and just give him something to smile about. especially with Joe Gallagher in the situation he's in. I think he needs a bit of good news as well. So let's hope Jonas can do the job.
You finished?
I'm finished. Go on.
Right. This is how I look at it, James. Macklin and all them at Sky. Macklin's come out and said, "Oh, I think Joe Gallagher will pull Tasha out." Why would you say that about your former trainer and his protege, Natasha Jones? Why say that, Macklin? Because they're all pushing the Lauren Price train, aren't they? The
Hmm.
Express. Now she's supposed to be this he-man of a boxer, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
She's got two stoppages in 8 fights, so she's not Ann Wolf, is she?
No,
Right, so
certainly not.
there you go. So she's not Ann Wolf. Second thing, she looks like a little Hercules because she does a lot of weight training, doesn't she? You know, like a little bodybuilder, doesn't she?
Yep.
Uh, so what that don't mean shit. Bodybuilders don't mean say they're gonna the boxers, does it? If that were the case, Michael Grant would be heavyweight champion now, wouldn't he? But Lennox Lewis dusted him, didn't he? Cut him down
Yeah.
like cheddar cheese.
Yep.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been heavyweight champion at world, wouldn't he? That Eddie
Bruno.
Hall wouldn't have jumped out at ring after 20 seconds sparring Hughie Fury, would he?
No. Bruno
Jump,
would have been the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world,
yeah,
wouldn't he?
Eddie Hall jumped through the ropes after 20 seconds after Hughie tickled him with a jab. Jumped through
Yep.
the ropes. So you can't put muscles on chins. So I'm not buying into it that she's this massive puncher. And also, I don't like the fact that Sky keep pushing this lesbian relationship that she's got with this other girl that's on the undercard. I'm not
Yep.
interested in that. My kids watch Sky, and I don't want them having to hear stuff about like that. Why bring all that into it all? Because if it were a man in a relationship with another man, they wouldn't do that. So aren't we all supposed to be, is it all supposed to be fair and equal? So no,
Yeah.
I'm not into Sky for that. But they're pushing her like she's going to be the golden girl because she's got an Olympic medal and all that. I think she has got an Olympic medal, hasn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I'm not having that. McCracken's a trainer, isn't he?
Hmm.
Well, he likes them Olympic medalists, doesn't he? Because he's got them on conveyor belt at the EIS, so he's got it all figured out, and McCracken.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, he would have had Jonas as well, though, wouldn't he? At one point.
well, he didn't. He ain't got her, has he? And she didn't win an
No.
Olympic medal, did she?
No, that's the
Right.
point.
So although she fought Katie Taylor, didn't she, in a barnstormer? So this is how I look at it, right? Sky should be equal with how they're selling this fight on the PR, but they're not. The Sky pundits know their job, but they know that Lauren Price has got 10 year left in game. So and Natasha Jonas is coming to end. So I think all that's unfair. But experience and timing is going to go with Jonas. The other ones might be a bit quicker and she's got a bit more vigor, as Macklin and Johnny Horsecock keep saying, but she's got two stoppages in 8. Natasha's got 9 stoppages out of 19. So she's a better puncher, isn't she? They keep going
Yeah.
on about her being a southpaw and all that. Well, Natasha's a southpaw. So there won't be as many head clashes because Natasha's not an orthodox, is she? See what I'm coming?
No. Got
So
to tie her up, isn't she?
yeah, well, let's see if she's going to get some protection off the referee because she's a dirty fighter as well. But it is what it is. So you're going? Oh, you're going for?
Natasha Jonas, and if she fights her fight, I reckon she'll get a stoppage.
Okay. Joyce Ergovic, what do you reckon about the can man pulling out?
Uh, well, I would normally think it was suspect, but he has actually come out and he's given an explanation of sorts rather than going deadly silent. Now, whether you believe the explanation or not is another matter, but the fact that he's actually opened his mouth when normally, when there's tests involved, he just goes silent and goes and crawls in a hole. I'm inclined to believe there is an injury. Yeah. Um, weren't infused about the fight, didn't really give a shit about it. And I don't really care about this Hergovich fight either now,
Okay.
to be honest.
Would Dylan White, if Joyce had got injured, would Dylan White have had Ergovic?
No,
There you go. Okay,
no.
the WBA have ordered Fabio Wardley and Pulev to go into talks for WBA regular. We could have a world champion in Fabio Wardley from White Collar. That's a good news, isn't it?
Well, it is and it isn't because the WBA regular isn't really a proper belt, is it?
Well, I think it
So,
is.
well, no, you got the super. The super's the belt, isn't it? The
Well, yeah,
regular's
but
just.
if they picks up another belt with it, it's not bad, is it?
Well, no, but yeah, but he's not fighting for two. He's fighting for one. That regular belt is just to hold your trousers up, isn't it? But I mean,
Well,
I
Scott
applaud Fabio
Quigg's got one
too.
of them.
Yeah, but I wasn't really a fan of him either, to
Listen,
be fair.
listen to me, James. If Derek Chisora won the WBA regular, it'd be all over social media and all YouTube channels. They'd all be saying he's a world champion, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but it don't make it right, does it?
Well, that's Brian McGee had it. He said he were a world champion. So look, he's what it. David A. Did he? No, David A.
All
had to
right,
jump one, didn't he?
all right then,
Well,
Porky. All right.
either way, then James. Either way, Fabio Wardley and Puloff. What do you think to fight? Stop fucking splitting hairs, you cock.
No, no. Well, I'm
You're a
just thinking.
cock.
Well,
You're a cock.
under that, I know I am, but under that logic, Audley Harrison was a world heavyweight champion because he had the WBF. Like, it don't
No, the
work. But
WBF's neither here nor there, mate, is it? Right? You stop splitting hairs and being a human knob. Right.
right,
Fabio
I'll get
Wardley
back.
against Pulev then. Don't fucking piss me off. I've had a long day. I've been at it all day. Go on. Go on.
Sorry,
Fabio
mate. Right,
Wardley. Right. For the third time, Fabio Wardley and Pulev has been ordered. What do you think?
it's a good fight. It is a good fight because it's a good barometer as to where Wardley is. And like you, I applaud the journey, the white collar journey. I like watching Fabio Wardley, but stop attaching bullshit belts to fights when they don't need to be attached to them.
That's just what they're doing, it, mate. That's just what they're doing. If the belt becomes free, they'll upgrade him, won't they? So, you take
Yeah,
it up with WBA, mate. Boxrec don't even put count them belts now, do they? If you noticed on the thing, they've stopped doing it, haven't they?
yeah, they've stopped.
Oh, they've stopped. So it is what it is. I see where you're coming from. 6 years ago today, they said they were going to sort it all out, but in that 6 years, they've actually added four belts. The South
Yeah,
Asian Pacific, and there are there's like a bronze as well or something. So it's
yeah,
just gone by and a continental as well as an intercontinental. So it's just gone crazy, hasn't it? But take it up with
yeah.
WBA. Don't take it up with me, James, because you're boring,
Sorry, mate.
boring pants
It
off me.
gives you good content though, doesn't it?
Gives people something to talk about when I let
Yeah,
rip
that's what I'm
against you. Because
thinking.
if I ever meet you in real life, when I get you in your wheelchair, I'm just going to push you down the fucking street, mate, and leave you. Do
You'd
you know
have a job,
that
mate.
film? Do you know that film we Hannibal and they're chasing this guy, and he gets that Philip Seymour Hoffman in chair, and he sets fire to him and just pushes him down the street, doesn't he?
Fucking hell.
That'll be you when I get hold of you.
All right, well, you'll get the fucking furry side, mate. You'll get the furry side. That chair's solid anyway. I ain't fucking moving anywhere. And I'm a fat. See you next Tuesday. You'll have a job.
Have you seen Philip Seymour Hoffman in that film where Ralph Fiennes is it or whatever it's called? Joseph Fiennes. Him who's in James Bond. He plays like a nutter, doesn't he? A killer. In that film we had
Yeah,
Norman. He pushes
yeah.
it down. I've seen it. I was mortified because you had him sat in. I'll glue you in Tiger Bond to your wheelchair and I'll push you down an hill and set you on fire if I see you.
Well, as long as when you put the flames out, we can have a pint. You know what I mean?
I'm only joking, mate. I hope you're well. You knobhead.
I'm good.
uh, let's have a look. Let's have a look what we got here. What else did I send you? Yeah, I sent you a little list, Oh, here we
Yeah.
go. Here we go. Here we go. Uh, the White Rhino against Elmer Fudd. It's on, but we know anyway. But we've spoke about it when I interviewed Kurt as Woodhouse, saying it's a done deal, and they were going to announce it. Well, they've announced it today, aren't they? But this only fight
hmm
announced on Copperbox, Mate 17. So, what's the undercard going to be? And will Johnny Fisher pull out Elmer Fudd?
I don't see him pulling out because he's going to bring a lot of people to the race, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, but it was interesting because I watched the Curtis Woodhouse interview and he said how rough Dave is and how he is inspiring and all that. He needs to bring out that little bit of nastiness and really just end it early. After all the shit talking they've been doing and all that, go in there and just put the exclamation point on it, Dave. You know what I mean? You're a far superior boxer. Just go out there and take his head off. That's what I want to see happen. The
Yeah.
undercard, I don't really know because what have Matchroom really got? Like you said.
Who have what? Mark sure. Some who is it? Somebody in comment section. People right in my comment section. Do you know when they've got plenty of rattle day in,
Hmm.
day out, right? So you got plenty of rattle, why don't you come on Zoom? They shit the pants, don't they? So
Yeah.
got plenty of rattle behind the keyboards. Well, there's
Hmm.
somebody in there going, Eddie's got this, Eddie's got that. I said, who's he got in UK?
No one.
Big Meech, who's shot to shit,
Yeah.
and Crusher. And if Crusher's second name weren't Ben, it were Crusher Jones, they'd be like, who's this dosser here?
I know.
Nobody
Yeah.
gave him the
Exactly.
time of fucking day. And
No.
Eddie
Exactly.
Hills knows that. That's why they're milking it. They're always looking for an angle. I mean,
Hmm.
if Crusher were any good, he'd be fighting like middleweight kids in UK, wouldn't he? But he ain't. British level guys, he won't. So he get flogged.
No.
So there you go.
Exactly.
So, but the Johnny Fisher and Lazy Rhino, look, they both need each other now. Rhino's going nowhere if you don't fight him. And who can buy into Elmer Fudd if you don't rematch the Rhino and take his medicine? Because Elmer Fudd got filled in first time, didn't he, Elmer?
Yeah. Of
Daddy
course he did.
Fudd's having none of it. Well, he's not gonna do, is it? Because he's daddy, innit? He's the daddy.
Yeah. Of
I've
course.
got Elmer Fudd to get filled in inside 6 rounds by the White Rhino.
I would hope so, and it needs to be convincing from Dave to go anywhere. Like he can't win it on points because if he does, like he's got to end his career early.
Oh no, joking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Another one here for you. Here, this is a good one, James. This is a good one. You'll be ready for this.
Cool.
Wardley and Puloff we've just spoke about, right? But
Hmm.
I want to talk about for the last few minutes. I want to talk about Bricktop and Eddie Hills being shafted royally by Triple T Turkey. Turkey's backdoored them. He's had a little look, and now he's teamed up with Dana White, and they're all going to go at each other now, aren't they, as promotional outfits? What do you think to that?
Well, it's as I said, I didn't mention the name Dana White, and you were correct there, but I did mention that he was going to have a look at it and just learn what he could from them, absorb their power, so to speak, and then he's got enough money to do whatever he wants to do. So it'll still keep him around because it's going to take a couple of years to really establish it. But the thing is, as well, TKO, who are the holding company, they've got the WWE and they've got to deal with Netflix as a result. So they've got Netflix who make documentaries and they have all the media, the media side of things along with the WWE, right? So they're not going to need that from Matchroom. They've got their own media company. Like they've got bigger powerhouses behind them. So yeah, he's still going to be learning just while they get their ducks in order. But this is why I said to you before, Eddie Hearn has made that point that he's going to retire because he can see it. He can see what's going to happen. And not before time for him. He wants to go, doesn't he? So they'll end up like I heard someone say, oh, or it was on a comment, oh, everyone's under contract. You can't just come in and, overdo it because legally he ain't got a leg to stand on. It doesn't matter when you're trillionaires. He'll buy everybody out. Eddie Hearn will ride off into the sunset. Frank Warren's like 72 or something like that for a big top. So they'll buy him out. Bob Arum's nearly dead. So it ain't going to be a problem with him. And yeah, in a couple of years, they'll rule the roost in boxing. That's what I see
What's Aram
happening.
94?
Yeah, 92, I think.
He needs putting in a Shackleton's high seat chair, doesn't he? And pushing it up to some window and just pointing like, at the sky and just leaving, doesn't he? Just
Or pushing him down a hill and burning him, like you just said about.
like I'm gonna do to you in your Remac
Yeah,
wheelchair when I get out of here.
yeah,
I'm gonna push you down Bernard Hill, headlow, straight down it.
yeah.
With 5 quid's worth of unleaded all over you in a match. Well,
I
your
don't think I
tiger
could.
bonded to sea. You might, oh, that's a gruesome film. That, and have you seen it? That I think is it just called Hannibal or something? What a gruesome scene that one, man. Oh God,
Hannibal is, yeah,
what a way to
yeah.
go, that man.
But
Oh,
if you carry on, I'll reconnect with that bird from Barnsley. You know how rough they are up there. Like you don't want to start.
oh, don't be saying no about Barnsley. I mean, I'm from South Yorkshire, mate. It's a right night out, Barnsley.
Is it?
Did they go into Coyle House when they got there? Did this house got elite?
I don't know. I have no idea what you just said, but yeah,
Coyle House. Get in Coyle House and get that coil in, lad.
I've never been. I've never
Oh, you
been
never went up
myself.
to see her? Did she come to see
No,
you?
she come to see me. Yeah, Jay's Palace of Love. Look at it. Look, absolutely amazing, mate. She come and stayed with me, and then she told me she loved me, and I put an end to it because I was like, "This is too much. This two
Oh,
dates."
mate. Well, you're a
Yeah,
prize. You're a wanted man, James.
I am, mate. I am. Well, you just said Well, you said before I'm a cock, so I was like, she must like cock, mustn't she?
Well, James from Essex, living in Salford. Women love him, men want to be him.
Yeah, defo.
How did you meet her then?
I told you, didn't I? Disabled dating site.
Go on, lad. Not wrong with that, mate.
No, that's all right. I was sick of having to explain myself. You know what I mean? My legs don't work, but everything else does. Come to, you know, come to Salford and have a look. Well, hey, hey.
Okay. Okay, I'll have to send you one of these candles up here that's doing me head in stinking house. I'll send you a Joe Malone candle next time you pull a bird, and you can
Yeah,
and it's supposed to smooth the evening and all that. And before you make your move, can you know, get a bottle of rosé, Joe Malone candle, box of milk tray,
yeah. Bit of
Robert's
Barry White.
Robert's your mother's brother.
Yeah, sorted, mate. Nice one.
All right then, James. Well, listen, thank you for coming on the channel.
No
Uh,
problem.
Bit of controversy for him to talk about. Let's see if we can get your views up and get you that 100 quid, eh?
Yeah, cheers, pal. See you
Maybe
soon.
between you and Curtis, won't it? But I'm going to wheel all my big guns out in the next few days. Peter De Freitas and Kent and Jerry are
Yeah,
coming on. So it's all good stuff.
sorted. All right, mate. See you soon.
See you, James. All the best, you and your family, mate. You take care. Have a
Bye,
great
mate.
evening. Bye.
Bye bye.
Well, that was James from Salford. Women hate him, men don't want to be him. So there you go. Pop, pop, bang. Oh. We always have a bit of controversy when me and James are on. He loves it, doesn't he, really? He loves it when I go after him. Yeah, give him something to talk about in comment section, Wayne. Right, that's about it, really. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. I think it's looking like I'm going to watch The Roaring Twenties with James Cagney tonight. Nice black and white film. And chili con carne and a jacket tatey. And a nice glass of rosé. That's about it. One piece out. Max, don't even ring me, you dosser. And stop sending me pictures of your feet on scales, showing me that you've lost 2 pound. Jesus, Max. Just because you've lost 2 pound, that's just a shit to you, Max. Go on, peace out.